Alright, Bryce Michael RC here, and we are finished with the Star-Lord helmet. My son's got it on right now, modeling it off, along with the Star-Lord guns. Today is day 3 of the large cosplays that I'm doing weekly. This is the third week, third video, and I'm here with my son, Braden James Michael Hasty, or as he's known on YouTube as Braden Games 959. What's up, Braden?
I'm just up to gaming all the time.
Yeah? Well, the reason why he's on to help me with today's is because today's prop was actually made specifically for him and specifically for an upcoming Comic-Con in Hutchinson, Kansas called Smallville Comic-Con, because everybody knows that here in Kansas is Superman's home state, and Smallville is actually Hutchinson, Kansas, or Hutchinson claims that they are Smallville. And we're going to be going to that in June. It's June 23rd, so anybody wants to come out, anybody that's in Kansas that watches this video, if you guys want to come out and see Braden in his full Star-Lord costume, come check it out. I'm also going to be in costume, and we're going to get to that at the end of this video. Well, at the end of this intro, I'll tell you guys what I'm making for myself, because I've started my cosplay as well, and my daughter's going to be going to something too, and we're just going to have fun at Comic-Con in Hutchinson, Kansas. So, like I said, here's the number 1 video that we did, the Thor Mjolnir hammer, which I'm so excited about. This is one of my favorite things that I've ever printed in my life, and I think it's going to remain one of my favorite things that I've ever done. Even now, 3 props in, I know that I can do a better job, and I may reprint this at another day. They got another one with a pommel design on it and different handle design and stuff, so I may go through and make another updated video for the Thor Mjolnir hammer. I don't know, because now that Mjolnir is destroyed in Thor Ragnarok, he's going to be forging a new weapon, and I think, is that something that we should kind of get into?
Oh yeah, we should totally look if we can 3D print that, because that would be epic.
Well, I mean, when the new movies come out, some people follow the movies, or whenever the new movies come out, they do a prop from the movie that's coming out, you know. And I think they do it because the movie's coming out, it's on everybody's mind, they're watching YouTube videos and stuff of it, and so theirs gets mixed into the algorithm. I don't like to do that. I just like to make props that I like, that I enjoy. So, you know, Mjolnir's done, even though Mjolnir is destroyed. I made it after Mjolnir got destroyed, but I would like to do his new hammer, or his new axe hammer thing that he's going to be, battle axe, that he's going to be forging. That might be something on the docket we'll look into. Like I said, we've got Baby Groot here that we've got a video on. Our week 2 was the guns, and this is part of his cosplay, and we'll be doing the leg rockets to that, also the Walkman and the awesome mixtape and all that different stuff, so he's going to be in full costume. But we've got the helmet right here for you guys.
Awesome.
The Star-Lord prop helmet that is perfectly fit for Braden. It's awesome. It even comes equipped with, check it out, my first time trying something like this, a movie accurate helmet. And one thing I did realize from the last video that I put out, I need studio lights. I need studio lights to make the lighting a lot better. You're going to see shadows and stuff behind me for a while, because my last video was dark, so I'm putting a light on this one. Although I would have made this video dark just because of the lights on here, on the eyes. So it's got the full light up eyes, and it's got the removable back.
That's so cool.
It's got these little, so the back removes, light up. So it's completely accurate, except we've got, and I don't show you how to, that I do this in the video, so I'm going to show you guys right now. It's kind of a mess on the inside, but it works. This is my first time doing something, like I said, movie accurate like this, so I wasn't the best at it. We've got a pad here for his forehead, some removable pads that are for the sides, and a removable pad in the back for his head. So so it's not, moving around, because this plastic's pretty hard. I got these really fat things of Velcro, and I made strips of them, and I put them down. They have 3M sticky tape on one side, so I stuck them on, but it's only a small little piece of PLA that I can stick to, and so it's reinforced on the inside with hot glue, and that helps it stick really, really, really well. The lights in here, I show you how to do the plastic parts, scoring it, kind of show you how to do the lights. I will make, if anyone's interested, a video showing you guys how I did the LEDs. Here's the second one here. We were going to do one for each eye, but the eyes are so small that only one of these actually took up the entire area. But I did solder this wire on here that has the battery connection that connects to a 12-volt battery or a 9-volt battery, and then lights up very, very good. So I think if we would have went with smaller LEDs with shorter strips, I think it might have been better, because the inside of this is quite the mess. But it works when he puts it on. It works really, really well, and it looks really good. I'm going to give you a real quick close-up of this all the way around. I messed up on this so many times. I had to paint so many times, sand it off so many times. I mean, I spent so long on this. I was going to do these, printing them and doing it all within 1 week and showing you guys at the end of the week. But as you guys know from the last video, this one I didn't get done in time. I couldn't. There was so much that I wanted to do with this, especially since it's going to be a cosplay helmet, so it needs to be good, it needs to be durable, and it needs to last a child out a whole day at Comic-Con. So I thought it turned out really, really well for how it is. And so now I'm going to let Braden model it for you guys. And he's big enough right now. We've got the padding in here and stuff. This is one of the cool features of it. He's small enough now that he can slip this on over his head, but the back removes, and all these padding that are in here remove. They got Velcro on them, and you can just take them out. And so as he grows and his head grows, he's going to be able to fit into this for a long time, as long as he doesn't grow long ways, because this fits him basically long ways. But if his head, gets bigger, he's going to be able to fit in this for quite a while, because he's got room to grow into it. So, and I specifically did that on purpose. So, go ahead and put that on. And you guys will see more video footage, or you guys already have seen video footage of him with the entire thing on at the very beginning of this video, and you guys will see more at the end. But that's what it looks like. It looks killer. Killer! God, I'm excited about that. So that is my second favorite to this. So, it has more to it, but this is still my first. It's like your first love. You know what I mean? So I've learned so much in just the process of this. In these last 3 weeks, I've learned so much that all of my cosplays from here on out are just going to get better and better. You all right? Cookie?
The chocolate chip.
But it's just getting better as I go, and I'm learning so many new steps and stuff. I'm going to be putting together a top 10 things that I learned while making cosplay stuff and making these 3D things, because I've actually been learning a few tricks and stuff. And my next one, I'm actually doing a completely different process that I wish I would have done on this. This one took so long because of the painting and stuff. I couldn't get it right, or there were some spots that it bubbled up, or whenever I clear coat sprayed, you'll see in the video that a spot over here lifted up, and I had to completely remove the paint from the back part of it and repaint it and all this different stuff. It was really frustrating. But because of all those mistakes and this taking so long to do, I learned so much that the next one is it's going to be smooth sailing. It's already been smooth sailing. And this right here is the next one that's on the docket. This is going to be in next week's
Week 4.
Kylo Ren Helmet. Oh, the front part's being printed right now that fits on right here. And then this piece is done, and that fits on the front one. So it's a massive helmet. It's big. It's really big. In fact, right? And then I'm actually going to be doing the entire costume for this. The entire costume. Probably not on video. I'll probably show you guys eventually when the costume's done. But I've been watching Adam Savage videos and this other guy who made a Kylo Ren costume video and all sorts of different stuff the past couple hours. Are you putting your hands out because you want to hold this?
Yes.
Oh, I'm handing it to you.
This thing is really cool. I mean, like,
yeah, this is as far as I got into it. So
okay.
when you watch the video of this and you get to the point of where it's like this, you'll know that that's where we were 2 weeks from now or a week from now in that part. So this is actually good. This video is going to be released on Thursday, and we're actually doing this right now on Sunday because we got it done a little bit early, right after we got the last video done. So it's not going to be released for another few days. So this one should be done by the following week because I've got a whole 2 weeks to do this. Anyways, you guys, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button if you guys want to watch these weekly, these cosplay things. I realized something when I was watching Uncle Jesse's videos, which his videos and his cosplay stuff is absolutely amazing. I started doing all this, and then all of a sudden, while I was in the middle of building this thing, I stumbled over his Mjolnir thing, and then I stumbled over his Star-Lord helmet, which I did mine way different than his, but if I would have watched his video before I started this, I probably would have gotten some better ideas for the whole thing. Even though his video is so much shorter, he did it so much simpler, and it was a simpler 3D print, because I think he 3D printed the front and the back, and this kind of connected completely different. He didn't have to cut it out and all that different stuff, so I had to cut mine out. Mine was split right here, and then I had to glue it all together and cut that out with a Dremel. So I mean, it would have saved a lot of time doing it the way that he did it. But I noticed something while I was watching his. We've been doing a lot of the same things. I think he even printed these. I think he did. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. I think he printed them, but I think it just shows them in filament. I don't think he finished them. But I realized that I need a shelf. I need to build a shelf to fit all my cosplay stuff.
That's what I've been telling you to do.
Yeah?
Since way before we even got the 3D printer.
Yeah.
To have shelves for the things that we build.
Yeah. We need a shelf. We need LEDs on the shelves. And we need to be able to set our stuff on there. And then we need, on the shelf, we need a spot for the Star-Lord helmet where we can pop the battery off so we don't waste the battery. And then plug this into a wire. That way when we flip on the LEDs, it turns the lights on too. And then we can just unplug it and plug it into the battery. That's what we're going to do. So one of the weekly episodes will be us building a shelf to fit all of our cosplay stuff on. Because seriously, I get all this stuff right here out of a box to set up for the weekly video. And then I put it all back in. Besides this, he's been wearing it around and having fun with it. But basically everything else kind of goes into one area and then comes back out for the videos. I really don't have any place to display them or show them off or anything like that. And I'd like to show off, my dinosaur head, and my Groot's got to get a flower in it, so that's going to be going on the fireplace once it gets a flower in it. But the guns, all this stuff, I want to be able to show it off. So I think I need to build a shelf with LEDs and things. So
how long is the shelf going to be?
It's got to be big. It's got to have multiple shelves, and it's got to be big because after a year of this, doing every week for a year of large cosplay stuff, whew, we're gonna have to have somewhere to put all this badness. I'm going to try to attempt something that I haven't seen anybody else do. I just, instead of gluing this leather piece on, it's going to be real comfortable for him. Super comfortable. I put Velcro on each side, here and here. I put them along the edge first here in the front, and then stretched it out as far as I could. That way, when you hold it like this, it doesn't really move around. And when it goes on his head, his head's gonna squeeze in, and it's gonna look a lot better. So not as tight as I would like it to be. I might even explore some other options. Primer. I don't think it is. Oh, paint and primer. Good. We're just gonna spray this on here. No, it's not. But it's paint and primer. So I can use this for the priming and sanding. Alright, so I'm trying something new. For one, I'm going to hand paint it this time instead of spray painting it. And two, since I couldn't get those lines on the last print that I did, I couldn't get them all the way off. I went ahead and tried this fiberglass resin. It's got the fiberglass already in it. I've got my Dremel tool here for anything that's super stubborn after sanding. I made sure with gloves on I went in and wiped out all the big cracks and stuff so I didn't get any of those full. Over here on the side, I know where all the cracks and stuff are. I didn't get into the cheek because it's just too detailed. I didn't want to lose any of that detail. But everything else, you can see here, I've already started messing around with the Dremel on it. I came in here and made sure I could get that out real quick. And after that's done, I'm going to go ahead and put some primer on it. I'm going to go ahead and take all of these out now that the glue's dried. And the cool thing about it is they helped whenever I glued it together, because I should have done one side and then the other. But I did both sides at once, not even thinking. And these on one side and then using tape on the other worked pretty good as a clamp to get it even. So I'll give you a quick run through of what I did. None of my cameras were charged yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to actually record any of this. But I went through and I put fiberglass resin all over it, sanded it down, trying to make it a little bit stronger. Was also trying to cover up these seams, but the fiberglass didn't work, and it actually busted the seam here. So I had to try to re-glue it while this is still glued in. I basically just put the glue on and then pressed it in as much as I could. After I sanded it all down, I put this bright green primer on it. Gray, it's kind of hard to see all the details and stuff in it. But you use bright colors as a primer or something, and you can really see what needs to be sanded, what needs to be worked on and stuff. I'm actually going to be painting this by hand. I don't think I really need to do too much sanding anymore. But I'm going to be cutting here because I did glue this all together, so I'm going to be cutting along here all the way along the back with this, so this top part has to hold. Dremels are kind of tough. Whenever you first start using Dremel, it's kind of hard to really get it down, and then doing it with PLA like this, which PLA has a really low melting temp, and just the friction of the Dremel creates enough heat that it starts to melt the plastic. And you have to go at a specific pace. You can't just barrel through it and cut it. You know, you have to just kind of go in layers and stuff, and it's real tough to do. So another time, it takes so long that I couldn't do it on video for you guys if I wanted to for this, because this is already going to be so long of a video. So on another one, maybe I'll make a separate video just kind of showing you guys how I do that. Basically, I just take it along, turn it on, just kind of go and follow the line once, let it cool down, do it again. If you do it too fast or too deep all at once, you will have plastic buildup. It'll mat up, and you'll have to go in there and try to chip away at it and get it off. Sometimes it'll melt to the other side, stick back together. I mean, this PLA, once it starts getting to a melting point, if it's melting on one side and the other side's melting, as soon as you take that Dremel out of there, those two pieces will fuse back together. So this is what it looks like with the two halves here. Started to come off too because it's just this little piece. So I re-glued on the inside, put some tape over it. This tape's really good. I like using it better than clamps because you can literally get it on one side and pull it as tight as you can on the other, and it didn't split down on the inside, it just split on the outside, so I was able to just kind of peel it back, put some glue down in there and then shut it, and then put some tape, pull it tight. Okay, so I decided that I'm going to go ahead and try to paint this the way that it is, because I'm hand painting it and not spray painting it. See, when you spray paint, any type of little imperfection, if you don't get it completely sanded all the way, part smooth and stuff, then you're going to see it. But if you hand paint, you can thicken up areas and thin out areas and all sorts of stuff by hand. Plus, it's not like spray paint where if you mess up, you have to wait for it to dry and then go back and try to fix it later. You can actually kind of wipe it away and start again. So this is it at the moment. I went through and put filler along where I cut, cleaned it up, made it look a lot nicer, sanded it down. And now it's just a matter of basically painting it, and that's going to cut out a whole bunch of time compared to how long it takes to spray paint and all sorts of stuff. So we're going to be using this pure gold, sequin black, gunmetal gray, and sterling silver. These are like $1.77 at Walmart. And then I got a real cheap pack of brushes. I need to get a reference picture. No, this is half the reason I did this bright green. It's going to really tell me where I've put a few layers at and where I haven't. So I've got this old piece of plastic here from a picture frame. And then as you can see here, I cut out a piece and I stuck it up to the front of the Star-Lord helmet and just traced around the outside of the eye. Since it's not a circle, I can't just get the diameter of it. I had to trace around and do like a real cruddy cut here. So these things are only like $7 for the picture frame. And so if you don't have one laying around, you can get a new one, and it's not that expensive. Instead of ordering, some plastic, then all you got to do is score it, just like glass. Now what I do, or what I've done, what I do, like I've done this 100 times, I just took these, and kind of just take your time, going around the scored area. If you take scissors and try to cut it out, it'll like spiderweb the plastic. It's not good. You might want safety goggles for this, if I'm being fully honest with you. This can get dangerous. I got pieces of plastic flying around everywhere. But you gotta kind of break the big pieces off as you go, or else it'll mess your stuff up. Get off. That one's perfect. we go. Now that one fits. And now you can see that they both fit in. Now I'm gonna do lines, just score it with the razor blade, score lines across, and then back up, and then we'll put the LEDs in it. So there they are now, all marked up. I'll get the LEDs real quick. Kind of a crud job, but it's just kind of a test thing right now. In fact, I'm just using hot glue. I haven't even glued the pieces of glass in place, or the pieces of plastic, so. And then up here, all the lights.
Oh my god, that is so epic!
Can you see out of it?
It's so... just barely.
Oh, I can see your eyes. Oh. It's not done all the way drying. Sorry. Got some glue on your nose.
Wait, can you actually?
Yeah, I can see your eyes. It's pretty cool though. Hold on, let me take a picture. So, this thing's just a tad bit too big, long-wise, which is fine. Kind of wanted it to be bigger because he's growing at the moment, and so I wanted him to be able to still fit in it long after he grows. I got this packaging foam here, and I'm going to wrap it in this pleather stuff. Let's see. And basically, this isn't going to be permanent. I got a big piece of Velcro in there and a piece of Velcro here. That way when he does get bigger and he wants to take it out, he most certainly can. And that is just a quick and easy padding. That will top here. So I'm going to have to draw. I'll just cut it in half. That'll just be easier. Don't. Is that enough padding? No?
Oh my god. Let go, let go.
Do you need some more padding somewhere?
Good.
That's good?
Yeah.
Alright, so we put a little bit of padding here in the side, here in the back, on this side, and right there in the front, and it seems to be perfect. Can you, like, shake your head around? Awesome. Now walk around, walk in here. Can you, like, jump? Awesome. And it stays in place?
Yeah. Actually, it kind of wiggles around a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, and see, check this out.
It's my face. It feels like it's...
Well, these are removable pads. So if any of them you don't like at any time, like say you're growing, you know, you can just take that one out. And it just goes right along there. So if you get to a point where you have to take this off to put it on, you know, because you're growing and your head grows, so you have to start moving this. This is actually good that this is bigger because we've got removable padding and we've got a removable back. So when you can't slide it off anymore and your head's too big, we can take off the back, remove the pads, and you can still wear this for a longer period of time. So I got a little bit more touch-up paint left to do. But just about there, it's just about done. What do you think, Braden?
I think it's awesome.
So, I just started editing the video and I realized I lost a lot of painting footage. So, sorry about that. And also the footage that shows me putting the Velcro on here. You can see it on the inside there, on the outside here. So, I don't know what happened to all of it. So I'm just gonna, this is got some weathering done on it and everything. I think I'm basically done. I'm gonna put a clear coat on it and then kind of see what it looks like after the clear coat's done drying. And when I put the shine on, this happened here, and then this here. This is after taking it off. It went all the way down to the original primer. Like every coat that I put on came off. The back was really bad, so I took the Dremel and I'm taking off all the paint except for the gold. I'm not worried about the gold. It did do it kind of along here. I'm really just not worried about it. I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to redo this and this. We'll see what it turns out looking like. Yeah, not outside. You don't see the red lights at all, do you? Give it, strike a pose. Yeah. You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Good for Comic-Con?
Yeah.
So big and so strong. Come a little bit closer. Now give me some dance moves, because Star-Lord always dances.